Before we get started with today's video, I want to remind you, subscribe to the Michigan Football Report and Basketball Report with the team as the number 1 seed, first time since 1993. Getting the NCAA tournament kicked off on Saturday, so I want you guys to subscribe. We are this close to 13,000 subscribers. Also, coming up on the video, we're going to talk to you a little bit. You'll hear us mention Newsbreak. You're watching on YouTube today, and that's fine. We're also available on the Newsbreak app. I'm going to put a link in the comments and the description to download the Newsbreak app if you want more Michigan football and basketball news that will be exclusively on the Newsbreak app. So go down in the comments or the description. Make sure you click on that, download it, and follow the Michigan Football Report on Newsbreak. James Yoder here for Michigan basketball news on the Newsbreak app. Welcome in. We've got some news to get into around the Michigan basketball team as we are now 4 days away from the Wolverines taking on a 16 seed. You get the 16 seed play-in game coming up Thursday night between Texas Southern and Mount St. Mary's. But there is news to report here on a Tuesday afternoon on the Newsbreak app. So let's get into it. Michigan's do everything freshman Hunter Dickinson has been named to the second team AP All-American team. And that's a big honor for him as a true freshman, but it's also a pretty big honor for the Michigan program as All-Americans just don't come, a dime a dozen for this program. It's been 7 years since Michigan's had a player named to one of the 3 first, second, or third team AP All-American teams. So big honor for Hunter Dickinson. Talk about his stats and what he means to this team. 14.2 points per game throughout the season as a true freshman, 17.6 rebounds per game, shot 59.9% from the floor, which is second in the Big Ten, and 1.4 blocks per game, which is 4th in the Big Ten. So I'm pretty excited about this for him. I'm hoping he comes back next season because he could be a preseason first-team All-American with the guys on the team that are going to go pro or are seniors on the first team, which we'll talk about. I'll go over the first, second, and third-team All-American teams here in a moment. But I want to show some love to Hunter Dickinson. Go down in the comments here. Give him a Go Blue. Just go down and type Go Blue in the comments. So when Hunter watches this later, he is seeing the love from you, the Michigan faithful, here on the Newsbreak app. So go down in the comments and let him know. Now, I mentioned he's the first Michigan player in 7 seasons. Last one, 2014 season, Nik Stauskas was also a second-team All-American player. Led Michigan, was a contributor to Michigan, starter, but not the star of the team as a freshman in 2013. Stauskas was. The 2014 team, he was all Big Ten, Big Ten Player of the Year, took that team to the Elite 8, and was a second-team All-American. Ended up being the 8th pick in the NBA draft that June in 2014 to the Sacramento Kings. Didn't certainly have the NBA career that many of us may have expected. But Dickinson is now the 34th AP All-American on one of the first, second, or third teams in the history of Michigan basketball. So you've got Nik Stauskas, and the year prior to him, Trey Burke was a first-team All-American in 2013, National Player of the Year. So some rare air in the history of Michigan basketball for Dickinson. And shout out to him. Hoping you guys are typing Go Blue in the comments. We'll talk more on this story in a second. Also tell you where Michigan's gambling odds are. Go through the first and second team All-Americans and a couple of Michigan players that were on the honorable mention AP All-American team. But as I mentioned at the top of the show, make sure you subscribe. We're just a few dozen subscribers away from 13,000, the Michigan Football Report channel. But hey, we are as versatile as it comes. We can go basketball as well, no problem. So make sure to subscribe. If you've never watched the channel before, you're in for a good time. Let me just tell you that. And if you have and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Sloppy Sam is all over the internet, rubbing his inner thigh every time Jim Harbaugh signs a 2-star. You don't need that. You want the straight facts from your boy Yoder, so subscribe to the channel. It's youtube.com/MichiganTV. Hunter Dickinson, second-team All-American, the first Michigan player to be named an AP All-American in 7 years. But he wasn't the only one honored amongst this Wolverines 2021 squad. Isaiah Livers, Franz Wagner, honorable mention All-Americans for this year. So that announcement from the AP just came out this afternoon here on a Tuesday. So want you guys knowing that Michigan's got a second-team All-American, they got 2 honorable mention All-Americans. They're a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament, won the Big Ten regular season title. Let me know. Predict in the comments how far you think this squad will advance in the NCAA tournament. with Isaiah Livers' unlikely return, you're missing probably your second or third best player on this team, and a guy who's really impactful when you need to get the offense going. If you think about when he originally tweaked his foot in the regular season and then really injured against Maryland, Michigan's lost 3 of 5 games down the stretch, and with Isaiah Livers injured or slightly injured, the offense has certainly not looked the same, but they had a valiant effort coming back down double digits in the final minutes against Ohio State, who themselves is the number 2 seed in the tournament. So there's some optimism for this team, but certainly not as much if they would have had Isaiah Livers. So I've got Michigan. I'm just going to make a claim here. I'm going to change this possibly before the game tips off here coming up on Saturday, but I'm going to guess Elite 8 until I see them play a game or two and blow a team out. I'm going to say Elite 8 is where this team will bow out of the tournament, but let me know below in the comments. If you feel confident with this Michigan basketball team, if you want to put your money where your mouth is, certainly pick them to win it all in your March Madness tournament with friends, family, at work, whatever it is. But you see the bottom of the screen, we're bringing back the Bet US promotion here for March Madness. They've been with us all football season and now into basketball season. You see on the screen, 125% deposit bonus. Go to chatsports.com/GoBlue. Type that exact URL in. Don't go Googling things and hoping to get the offer later. Chatsports.com/GoBlue. When you get there, use our promo code GOBLUE when you sign up and make your first deposit with BetUS. And when you place a bet on any March Madness game, email us goblue@chatsports.com and we will give you a Michigan football jersey. So again, it's BetUS and the Michigan Football Report bringing you this promotion, 125% deposit bonus, and a Michigan football jersey if you place a bet on March Madness game. So to redeem, you just got to email us once you get signed up, need deposit, use that URL, use our promo code, make that first bet, and then email us goblue@chatsports.com to redeem your jersey. We'll get a little bit of information from you, and we'll ship that bad boy out to you. Toss the URL right there below at the bottom of the screen one more time. It's chatsports.com/GoBlue. Get going with BetUS for March Madness. Now, Michigan does have the 4th highest betting odds to win the championship of any team in this NCAA tournament. So I'll kind of break that down for you. Gonzaga is the favorite at plus 175. Baylor, a big jump, is plus 575. So you put $100 on Baylor, they win it all, you get your 100 back, plus you've got a $575 in winnings. Illinois, actually, surprisingly, is second. They should have been second on my list. They are 450 odds. The betting sites are just listing them differently now. And then Michigan at number 4 at plus 700 to win the NCAA tournament. Then it's a big drop off from there. You've got Houston at plus 1,300, Iowa plus 1,700, another cliff, Florida State 2,900, West Virginia plus 2,900, Oklahoma State plus 3,600, and somewhere weaved in there, Ohio State actually is plus 2,000. So Michigan is part of that top 4, but certainly the sports books and such think that Baylor and Gonzaga and now Illinois win the Big Ten tournament have better odds than Michigan. But want to go over, as I said, the AP All-American teams just so you guys know. Read them off for you here. Corey Kispert from Gonzaga, Jared Butler from Baylor, Luka Garza from Iowa, and then the AO from Illinois. I can't remember how to pronounce his last name. You guys know who I'm talking about. And then Oklahoma State super freshman Cade Cunningham. On the second team, Jalen Suggs from Gonzaga, Drew Timme from Gonzaga as well, Kofi Cockburn from Illinois, Hunter Dickinson from Michigan, and then Evan Mobley from USC. So that rounds out the first and second team AP All-American teams. You can go Google if you want to see the rest and take a look at the other players who were listed as honorable mention. And that is all for us here. Chat Sports bringing you Michigan basketball news here on the Newsbreak app. Make sure to follow us, and we'll see you guys next time.